Hi guys, welcome to another episode of this space. I hope you're okay wherever you are. I am your host Gloria Kamikaze, and today we have a special guest here with us. His name is Caleb, and I'll let Caleb tell us more about himself. So Caleb,
yes, Gloria.
Tell us your full name, your shoe size, you know.
Boy. Okay, so my name, I have so many names. So there's official name John Caleb Otieno. Then I normally use Odumbe, and I've started using Pope because it's my home name.
Pope.
Pope.
Wow. Okay.
It's because I was born in '95 when Pope came, so I was like, okay. They were like, tumuongezee hiyo pia kwa hiyo John ili it makes sense. So ni backstory ya jina ni backstory. So yeah, those are the names zenye ziko mingi, so naona tuziitwe names.
Okay, my names are okay. Aya, sawa. So wewe ni mtoto wa kwanza ama wa mwisho in your family?
Mimi ni namba 3. Watoto tuko 9.
Tumekuwa Wow.
So tuko 9. Hey, it's been really fun, like growing up with so many siblings. It's always like tuko tu community in our own. Tumeform park. Though over years tumeseparate, tumekuwa 9, tukakuwa 7, 5, 4, 3, but always I'm used to having so many people around.
Yeah.
So I grew up knowing that you have to share things. Your cloth is your brother's cloth.
How was that for you?
It was fun.
It was fun.
Because and then it was fun within the family. But then when I go to boarding school class 5, I realized, hey, that is called stealing now. You have to have your own things. If you don't have your own slipper, you have to buy it. It was just a different world. So I loved our family, the family we had. It made me feel like you don't really have to have so many things in life to feel good. You just have like one t-shirt that you like, and if you like your sister's t-shirt and it fits you, ask her nicely, it's yours and it's ours.
That's amazing. But me, I don't think I'll be happy sharing my things. Just like, no. Anyway, that's nice. So, tell us more about, your school life. School life mostly.
School. So me, I think I started enjoying school in campus. I didn't like Raima, all those things people have, sijui Raima friends. Me, I was like, hey, nikimaliza nimechak, hey guys, hey, sorry. Me, I don't like you sana hivyo. So I don't like friends. Sija keep track of my friends from Raima, even from high school. High school was even the worst. The environment, those guys were just about...
But the high school was... High school.
So mostly my schooling, I started even living out myself, identity things. I started knowing more about who I am as a person. What am I doing in this life? When I came to campus, that's when life started getting more interesting. Yeah. Getting to learn more about spirituality. Not that I wasn't going to church. I used to go to church. My mom loves church. My dad goes to church. So I grew up in a Christian setup. Yeah, so because in boarding school, primary, better part of it, we used to go to church like every Saturday. I love hymns. It was that kind of meaning. But in compound, you suddenly feel, hey, now I'm making my own choices in life.
And
Something
you feel
like
more okay. Nice. So tell us more about your Christianity, the journey you've had being in Christ. Yeah.
I like venye umesema journey juu enyewe imekuwa journey. Imekuwa journey because the journey I've had with Christ. Well, I always feel like Christ has been running after me more than I have been making efforts towards him. Like he stretches out his hand and I'm like, hey, I still have things I love of the world.
Kina Jonah.
Kituka hiyo. And he never really gave up on me. That's like the only reason I can say I'm still a Christian. Because mostly in high school, I joined Christian Union partly because I feared that I might be bullied. So I was like, hey, these Christians are good people. So let me, hey, Christian and the Union, so I got to start. And then, but I don't think I used to make, because I was so ashamed of even being a Christian. Ile tu ya hatutaki watu wajue unakwanga mtu wasi. Because I remember nikatoka tu high school, I was like, hey, me Campo, me don't want to be associated with me. Now I'm a big person, I can stand up on my own, I can be my own. Yeah. So when I came to Campo, I tried that and then it wasn't working. Hey, it was like just God is pulling me. I'm like, hey, wait kidogo, but it's not working on this other side, but I want to insist. Eventually God found a way and I found myself in a Christian Union again in Chiromo. So better part of my campus life, I used to go to Chiromo Christian Union and main campus, and that was like how I started getting now to know Christ, and that's I think how the journey started. Then towards the end of 4th year is when I started now looking into now church and stuff, and yeah, so it's been a journey of growth and just God pulling me closer to him as I try to run away and make excuses, something like that.
Amazing. Sasa, this is a bit of a personal question. Are you dating?
Yes, I'm dating sana. Hey, we niko dating huko ndani sana. Niko dating world. Yani sasa mimi niko huko ndani.
Wendo, dating kwa dictionary, it's your picture.
Sasa mimi na date. Hey, we sawa.
And how does that go? You know, being a Christian and also dating.
Being a Christian and dating is it's like having to be vulnerable to another person, aside from God, and the other person is also not perfect. And so there is also feelings involved. You love them, you want the best for them, they love you, they want the best for you, and you are doing the same thing differently. They clash, they go in sync. So it's a field of just growing. You get to be forced to grow by your own. Ni kama wewe ndio umejileta hapo. So you can't say that I was forced into loving her, I was connived. But I feel it's an important part of the journey. If you get to date and you get to date as a fellow Christian and you are also a Christian, it just helps you to refocus your life.
So is it easy? Kwa sababu there is a lot of, you know,
it's not easy. It's not easy. Hey, it's not easy because first, I think for me the battle has been lust and having to think about how do I remain sexually pure while still dating her. And not only that, I know that for sexual purity you can fight, but you have to also flee. So how long am I going to flee? How long can I put up this fight? God assisting me, of course. So you get real with yourself, you know that, hey, if I date too long, I might have to be asking for forgiveness for this sin and that sin and the other sin. So you just say, okay, sasa, hey, ikifika e point, I just want to get married. Partly because you will fall into temptations if you just stay too long. Because dating is supposed to end to marriage. That's how I view it. It's supposed to end to marriage. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, that's helpful. Anyway, so any other challenges while, being you and being also a Christian? Do you face any challenges where you feel like, there's sometimes, there's a lot of outside pressure that, deters you from Christ?
Hey, me, I think I live in challenges. I dwell there. Where it's the reason I really need God every step of the way. Because the first challenge I mostly have encountered in being a Christian is the part of just identity, and not identity, just not pegging your identity on yourself but on Christ. So for me, it's been looking at my self-esteem issues and looking at just who am I as a person and how does it correlate with who Christ is. So the challenge imekuanga tu, they never correlate, they are so apart, and the pressure is always bringing it, at least nikae Christ-like, like trying to be Christ-like in my thought, in my thinking with guys. So challenges specific kama nizasema kama me in my life because of identity issues. By identity I mean like not really knowing who I am. Like what am I doing in this world has led me to even deeper sides of life, like attempting suicides and thinking about just quit it, not knowing how to tackle life challenges and stuff like that.
So Job is on the edge, on the precipice, in the gray area, in the bloodlines of almost falling towards the sin of disbelief. And he's asking genuine questions because he genuinely cannot understand what is going on. And thanks be to God, at the end of this book, as you shall see next week, there comes a good culmination when God comes to respond. Not in the way that you think he would have.
So like 3 years ago, I found myself so deep into self devaluations, and just after attempting so many suicides and stuff, I found myself thinking like, hey, even being a Christian, dying is gain. So it even interfered with how I viewed some verses in the Bible. I was like, it's not a big deal if you feel like you want to commit suicide and give up. It's not that bad. Going to heaven is easier than staying. So I found myself in so many trapped and intertwined mindsets that it is taking the hand of God to unweave me out of it.
So you mentioned about committing suicide, and have you attempted that? Because
by the way, nimeattempt, not like attempting ile. So in attempting, there is
there is thinking of it, like, oh my,
I want to kill myself. So
but
for me,
then there is that part where you start
try.
self-harming.
So for me, it's been serious, like naisema serious, ilikuwa serious because I used to, naturally I find myself very jovial, but when I'm around people I'm used to, so when I'm too jovial around them yet I have stuff I'm dealing with, I used to think, okay, sitaki kuharibia mood zenyu, so I'll just be jovial, but then I know at the back of my mind when I'm alone, there are thoughts that are going to come to me and I'm going to be overwhelmed. Then eventually I'll start planning. So my plans, they will take like months and months. It's planning, looking for ways, researching. It's like an active thing, like you would premeditate something. So it was, it was so messed up because I used to enjoy it. I used to write about it in. There was a time, I remember there's a time I shared with one of my friends, and according to me, it no longer ceased to be a bad thing. See the way unashtuka suicide, so I was like,
normal.
I attempt suicide, but it failed. Now I'm here, I don't know what to do with life, stuff like that. So it really took a toll on me, and I think it's just ukienda in some, it's like you go into very dangerous thoughts, and then unaenda tu deeper and deeper, aujui uko deeper, unaendelea tu unajibamba, alafu inakuwa fun. Now you are totally deceived, and only God can get you out of there.
I'm trying to, and was it okay, you were thinking about suicide and everything, was it because of depression? Am I just started to, because there is a point in life, I'm not sure if this happens to everyone, but to some people there's a point of life you're so depressed, you feel like, kwanza, if you're at that age, you're a grown up, you're still a kid, and you don't know what to do, what you're supposed to be doing, and there is no like mwelekezo. So was it because of depression, or you felt like you didn't have anyone to talk to?
Mostly it was because I told you I lived in a large family. So I think when I started going to boarding school, I started feeling so alone, because I was used to having people that I know, people I've grown up with, and stuff like that. So not being able to handle school pressure, then you get distant from your parents as you grow up. You get to your teens, they start viewing you differently, so you can't open up to them as you used to. You tell them stuff and it gets misinterpreted, or something happens, so that distance ikaongezeka. So it's just lacking someone who you can confide to and understands, something like that, over time. So you stick to your own formed ideas, which is not a good thing.
It's not.
So it's something that started kidogo kidogo. It didn't start like, let me
it's something that forms over time.
And then you peg your value on what people say about you, what people think about you, what you've heard people. So you really don't have a concrete thing enye unaweza fight back of. Then mostly I didn't know Christ that much. So ilikuwa tu I can just psych myself through the day. That's the best I can do. But I can't really quench hii nini thirst enye niko nayo, hii longing. Itakuwa tu, there's always a hole in my heart. There's always something lacking. So it keeps growing, and then you feel, because I can't solve it, then there is a solution. Quit.
No.
So it starts with before you get to depression. Depression is the feeling. Someone anasema, niko depressed, niko sad. Because me, I could be very jovial, yet I'm planning something very bad that would harm me. Sometimes I would have supper with my family, then go back to my room and just do something bad to myself. Wake up the next morning, I am so okay.
Everything is okay.
And then tomorrow again, and it's a struggle to wake up. So it took yeah, it's, it's something like that. So it's I think it's not to say that that God, prayer helps, community helps. First you have to be a Christian, not for anything, but it's for your good. But it really helps. Just such things, you go to therapy. It's like you're sick and then unaenda kwa daktari. Mostly therapy ilinisaidia just talking, finding someone who understands how deep umeenda, alafu anakusaidia na alafu anakutrick hadi unajipata, because if you're too deceived, you have to be tricked in a way, and then you find yourself now wanting to get better, and then you work on it.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so but now you're fine.
Yeah, now I'm fine. I'm
you're
fine.
Getting there.
I'm getting there. Once in a while siko sawa, but most of the time I am okay. Kama siko sawa, najuanga tu walk yangu na God imekuwa shaky sana. Nikijua tu hizi vitu zimeanza nimeanza it's just nimeacha kufocus on Christ, sasa nimeanza kufocus on me sana. Sasa imekuwa too much. Najua tu wewe kijana, rudi kwa God, wewe acha hiyo tabia sio poa.
Okay, and I know it's not always that you have that strength to say, let me go back to God before, things get serious. So in times like that, how do you manage? Do you have someone you can talk to, maybe your girlfriend?
Yes. So mostly even getting to find help, external help, it started from having conversations. They started from outbursts. You're just sharing randomly. Those things you say to yourself, then you speak them out loud. A friend anaku-approach later anakuambia hiyo kitu ulisema ni and then you open up stuff like that. So it's through coming to church, through Mamlaka and community, you get to be real with people. Just if you have something that is bothering you and you feel like sharing, you share. You share with someone who wants to listen, and then even if they won't help you, they really listen.
They've listened, and that's important.
Then you also have friends whom you've been real to, like they've been real to you and you've been real to them, and you've grown. They know your Christian journey. Imekuwa friends. Even my girlfriend, she's my closest friend. So mostly the reason we became that close is because we grew into a friendship that allowed us to share whatever thing that was bothering us.
Amazing. Shout out to you, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Doing a good job.
Anaitwa Sharon, girlfriend. Sawa. Napendi nikimuita Sharon. Nataka nimuitange tu babe.
Okay, babes. Anyway, I'm glad you shared this.
Thanks.
It's not every day you find people openly talk about how they feel and how they've managed to, accept themselves and share about their bad times openly. I'm glad you did that. Thank you. Okay, so you mentioned you finished school.
Yes.
So what are you doing now?
Right now. So I finished school I tried to finish school, and then school tried to finish me. It was a back and forth, and then I was like, I'll decide. I finished you. So I finished school last year officially. That's when I said, okay, let me try and let me transition into figuring out my life, because I can't be schooling forever. So after that, a part of last year, I went to Nakuru, did some work. I was just open to anything. I just want to work and figure out myself, figure out what can I do, what can I lay my hands on and do, gives me money, pays my bills and stuff like that. Then this year I started in January, nikaanza car painting kidogo. I learned it, nikaanza kidogo. Hey, and then wacha corona happen, garage zikaanza kufilisika. Nikaenda tena kwa online writing. So that's what I've been doing for now, just online writing kidogo. And then with my girlfriend and a friend, we came together and said, okay, we can try some business. Then we thought, okay, acha tufanye tuuze samaki, because we love fish. But then sometimes you go and umsa anauza fish hapo karibu, it's so expensive and you don't know kwani unapata hii fish wapi, next time mbona. So we looked around, we went to Gikosh, did some research. Tukasema, okay, let's settle on this. Yeah. So right now I am the delivery guy. We sell fried fish, and yeah, we do online writing. I'm like a freelancer. Yeah, something like that. I do any job that comes to hand.
Yeah.
Vocationally, something I can do according to my skill. Sometimes I play drums for people when they want me to play for them. They give me something small. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Amazing. But at the end of the day, you know, whatever you get, you know, it's from legal. Let me say legal.
Legal, yeah, legal. Hey, what?
Cause
hey, legal.
Hey.
Ala.
Our chair isn't easy. Anyway, so you've told us about your education, your life. What about your hobbies? Because you said you drum. Do you have any other hobbies?
Oh, I have hobbies. So I drum. I learned drumming accidentally. Then I continued with it. And then I started singing kidogo in church. Then I said, okay, see, I can try learn guitar. I learned pia hiyo kidogo. And then I started learning. I realized, so writing helps you to pour something out of your heart.
Yeah.
So I started writing as a way of relieving myself. Then I met poetry. We became friends. So I can say I write poetry. Yeah.
You should at least give me some of your hobbies.
Hobbies are hard. They come with baggage, life baggages. So
But it's better than not having any.
But you must have some hobbies.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Anyway, that was it on the spotlight. That was Caleb for you. I hope you learned as much as I did. I hope you've now known him better. And yeah, take 5.
My city, my city, my city. My city, my city, my city.
Hi everyone, and karibuni sana to another installment of Take 5, where we take 5 minutes to address a question or concern pertaining to the Christian faith. I'm Pascal. I'm joined here by a good friend, Pastor Richard Bundi. Doing good?
Doing well.
Doing well?
Doing well. Love this background.
Yeah, I love
again.
it too. Yeah, I match it. It has black. It has black.
What's
up with the blue today? What's up with the...
Well, it's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, yes.
I see.
Yes.
If you continue with that strike and text someone that, they might give you a blue tick.
Yes. Well, unlike you know, to me it happens only once in a blue moon. You know. Yes.
Okay. I think you continue this, we'll end here.
Well, great ticks. You just get great ticks.
Oh, great ticks.
Yes.
Yeah. And red. I don't know red words.
I don't know.
All right. We want to take 5, guys.
Yes.
We want to take 5. So last week, Bundi, we started a series of questions.
Yeah.
And we asked, on the whole issue of worship, the worthiness of God in terms of us worshiping Him, right? Is He worthy of our worship? And we asked, what is worship?
Yeah.
We got to define that. And then we asked, is our God worthy of worship? And you helped us see how, right? Today we want to continue in that line of thought
and look at some stumbling blocks today and probably next week. Some stumbling blocks as to why we would not see the worthiness of God in worship. And today I want to look at the whole subject of disease. I know if you're watching, you are probably not feeling well, or you know someone who is not feeling well, a friend or a loved one, and this hits close home, right?
Yeah.
And so today I want to ask the question: how can a God who allows disease be worthy of my worship? Especially when I've gone through it myself. Especially when I know someone in my life who is really devastated because of disease.
Well, that hits home because here in our youth ministry, we've actually had people gone through such this COVID season, personally or affected because of a family member who's been unwell due to COVID, and some even lost their lives actually, and we don't want to take this lightly. So when it comes to disease, I like to look at it historically and also just comprehensively. So historically, we all know the story, sin shows up on the earth, and the communion that we had with God is broken. And ever since then, we see a certain slow fade, not only of that prosperity of life, but also of people's lifespans. We see people dying. We see people's lifespan get shortened. I think Naaman as well gets unwell in First or Second Kings. We get to see these pictures of being unwell. You're no longer operating in the way that you were meant to. And fun fact, it's not a fun fact really, but reality of the matter is sin affected everything. Not just our relationship with God, which was the most crucial thing, but affected life as we know it, our lifespan, our well-being. We were now susceptible to death and disease. The microbes that help us a lot, if you've done any biology to some extent, you know how helpful microbes are. They were also corrupted, and this led to viruses and unhealthy bacteria. Oh, doctors, don't kill me, but you know what I mean. Led to all these things that now cause bodily harm, and that's why you experience the flu, cancerous cells, and the list could go on and on and on. So that is historical. That's where everything begins as a result of sin. Sin did not just cause the breakage of fellowship, but also brought forth the diseases that we experience today. In light of a God who still allows all this to happen, this is not the same question as God who allows suffering. This is one that now leads to death, and that's a bit cold. It's a bit scary in light of that. I believe, in as much as I will not comprehend why God would allow the many things that are ravaging our world today and make it hard for us to believe in Him, I believe that all these things are working out a greater weight of glory. I see Christ heal many people in Scripture, in the New Testament, and all these things bring a testimony towards God. Yes, suffering for the person who was being afflicted, but glory to God nonetheless, and the healing of these people, and God will use all these things for His glory. So we might never understand why all these things are the way they are, but just like marriage is a foreshadow of the great union you have with God, such diseases are a foreshadow of the sin that is ravaging our world today, that will not only harm our bodies, but will harm our souls, and will lead to eventual loss of life. So I tend to look at disease in that way. If someone is sick, that doesn't mean that God hates them or they are sinners. This is just an effect of sin that will even affect believers as well. But God is saying, in my heaven, this is not going to exist. And this is a foreshadow of how sin has affected the world today. Yeah,
thank you so much for that. I think to cap it off, that actually shows us that God is a God worthy of our worship, right? Because the problem of our own making, our first parents sinned, as you've helped to show us, and created a problem for us. God undid it at Calvary to promise us a future that is diseaseless. So we can hope for that future and put our hope in this God who promises that future. And that proves to be a God worthy of our worship, right, Bodhi?
Yes. I believe just what you mentioned is very helpful. God has already provided a solution. He's already won the victory. We need to look at our world with with clear eyes and views that this is not our home. I believe that's what we've been saying since we started talking about heaven. This is not our home. And the more we try look for solutions down here, yes, you'll get a medicine right here, vaccine right there, but don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable here. This is not our world. Further worse diseases will come. Cures will seem difficult to come by, as we've seen with the vaccine for COVID-19. Remember, this is not our home. The diseaseless, greater, grander world awaits us with God in heaven.
Yeah, thank you so much. That is a word of encouragement to you who is going through misery because of disease, maybe in your own life, in the life of a friend or loved one. Those tears will be wiped away. Just put your faith and hope in God. Serve Him, worship Him, and there is that future that He has promised to us. So that was Take 5 from me, Pascal.
Bundi.
Pastor Bundi. Till next time, see you guys.
See you guys.
My city, my city, my city. My city, my city.
Hi guys, so yeah, I'm here to sing a song. It sounds so cliche. So I wrote this song, hey, what's up, Sunny? And actually at the back of my mind, I was just writing something, and I thought, hey, maybe I should share this with some people so that they can hear it and feel encouraged. The song talks about how God takes us through our challenges. Most of the verses are, most of the lines are from pockets of verses, but majorly it focuses on Lamentation 3, yeah, something like that. Yeah, Lamentation, the book, and then focusing on Lamentation 3. Yes, yes. So I hope you will be blessed by it. Lord, I've come to you with my deepest hearts. To you I've droned when my world crumbled. See, sometimes I've cried, hoping it will all go away. But my troubles stayed. They stayed with me. The Lord is my portion, therefore here I wait. Though He brings grief, yet He will show compassion because of your great love. We are not consumed. Your mercies, they never fail. They're new every morning. You are my Father, my closest friend, my very present help in time of need. And when I am doubting, thinking I've been left alone, your faithful word tells me you'll stay with me. The Lord is my portion, therefore will I wait. Though He brings grief, yet He will show compassion because of your great love. We are not consumed. Your mercies, they never fail. They're new. Oh, the Lord is my portion. Therefore will I wait. Though he brings grief, yet he will show compassion. Because of your great love, we are not consumed. Your mercies, they never fail. They're new every morning. Whoa, they're new every morning. Be blessed.
So Job is on the edge, on the precipice, in the gray area, in the bloodlines of almost falling towards the sin of disbelief. And he's asking genuine questions because he genuinely cannot understand what is going on. And thanks be to God, at the end of this book, as you shall see next week, there comes a good culmination when God comes to respond. Not in the way that you think he would have.
Moving up and out, leave it all behind. The new life is what you find. Spaced out on an orbital station.
Hi guys, so we have reached our last segment, which is the spaced out segment, and as always we do some fun challenges and enjoy ourselves. So today I have some ping pong balls over here, and what I'm going to do with this, okay, so what me and my guests are going to do with this is, basically just push them across this table and make sure it enters the hole. So I hope you enjoy. So guys, each of us have 15 trials, and the one who makes the score wins. Okay, who makes the most score, that is, wins. And with that said, I'm gonna start. We have 5 balls and we'll try and put them in the cup. So the main purpose of the game is you bounce it first and then you make sure it enters inside the cup. So yeah, we're going to start. as we end the show, we have some quick fire questions. And today's questions, I'm going to ask my guests. Okay, they are basically yes or no questions. So that's the only thing you can answer. Yes or no?
No.
So
No, maybe.
Are you ready for your 60 seconds?
I am ready.
Okay, we start. Did you ever eat something for free from the shops?
Yes.
Have you ever been too serious street fight with someone?
No.
Have you ever talked to a stranger and turns out to be the best friend later?
Yes.
Did you know how to ride a bike?
No.
Studied night before the exams and got
Yes.
marks?
Yes.
Have you ever done homework of others in exchange for something?
Yes.
Woke up from a scary dream?
Yes.
Have you ever wore your sister's shoes?
Yes.
When you are walking through the road, do you have a habit to read all the advertisement boards or show boards?
Yes.
Have you ever seen someone split at a restaurant and got noticed?
No.
You are typing something on your phone in a sleeping position, and did your phone ever hit you on your face?
No.
Sure.
No.
Oh, okay. Have you ever... Okay. Do you get scared when the lights get off
No.
at night? When
I don't get scared.
Okay. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. I did enjoy my show. And see you next week. Same time, same place. Yeah, tell a friend, tell a friend. Yeah, this space.